first thing that came to your mind when you learned we will not be returning to school this year?
Well, honestly, this is my 30th year in education, and I couldn't believe it. First, I was shocked, disbelief. And then after a few days or even a week or so, it kind of set in, and then I actually was a little bit on the sad side because I started to realize that we had a chance that we were maybe not going to return to school this year. And after probably 3 or 4 weeks, I pretty much knew there was less than a 50% chance that we would be coming back. And then at that point, I really felt bad for our seniors, that they weren't able to finish their spring sports and finish their high school career and enjoy prom and graduation and all that fun stuff. So initially shock and disbelief, and then it kind of turned to sadness and feeling bad, being empathetic toward our seniors.
Over the past 6 weeks, remote virtual learning has become the new normal to many teachers, administrators, students, and parents. You have attended a lot of those Zoom meetings. How do you think the transition went for teachers and students?
Well, I think it's been pretty good. It's obviously not perfect because we've never done it before, but having talked to a lot of other schools and a lot of other principals, and hearing some of their frustrations, I think the smartest thing that we did was not jump right into it. We flipped our spring break back, so we actually got 2 weeks off for spring break, which allowed our teachers more time to prepare because we're not one-to-one as a district, so we had a lot of preparation to do and a lot of planning. And I think Mr. Mitchell and Miss Valiente, along with our principals, worked with our teachers to have a solid plan in place. So, overall, it's been as good as we can make it. I just hope that we don't have to start next school year in this remote learning. I hope that we can get back to school in August, or if we can't come back in August, maybe September.
Hello guys, this is Jay Morawski here, represent the Chatter Newscast. Standing beside me is the Reed-Custer High School principal, Mr. Tim Ricketts. How you doing, Mr. Ricketts?
Good, Jaden. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good. Ever since, before we start this off, during this whole COVID-19 thing, what have you been up to lately?
Well, I've been working. So I'm at school right now, and I come in, either me or Mr. Smith are here every day, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Some days we do trade off, but I work from home. Honestly, I've probably been even more busy during this crazy time than I am normally on a normal school day.
Yeah, because we have not done this before ever. So
Right.
This is a big first for the entire world in school.
Right. This is my 30th year, Jaden, in education. I've never experienced anything like it.
All right, let's get to the questions, shall we?
Yes, sure.
All right, so looking ahead into the summer, as we all know, just a week ago we had the Reed-Custer High School Class of 2020 virtual graduation ceremony, and I even watched it. I thought it was really awesome to see that we could still have a graduation ceremony for the Class of 2020. But is there anything you could tell us about a possible ceremony that will be happening during the summer, like June or July?
Yeah. So thank you, Jaden. The virtual graduation, we were really pleased with how it turned out. I know it's just not the same as being in person, but we were very pleased, and I think hopefully our seniors, our graduates, and their families were as well. We did give a DVD to each graduate when they picked up their diploma of the senior slideshow and the virtual graduation. But yes, we have set 2 dates. We've already communicated that with our class of 2020. June 28th with a backup date of July 19th.
All right. So it's like, so what you're trying to say here is that you're just gonna, like, you just want it to be the same, but it's just in limited quantities.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. We felt like pushing it to the end of June gave us enough time. Hopefully things loosen up as far as the social distancing requirements, and And if for some reason we feel like mid-July is going to be even better, maybe more guests can attend, then we'll consider that date.
All right. So what do you suggest the students and teachers do during June or July to prepare for the 2020-2021 school year?
Well, enjoy their summer. Hopefully you can get outside and get out of the house a little bit more. Our teachers, we've had many meetings with our teachers, Zoom meetings, of course, with each department, and also in larger groups with staff meetings. We just had one yesterday, as a matter of fact. So our teachers are preparing curriculum, doing some curriculum work over the summer. We are going to do remote learning, do a summer school of remote learning. But I guess basically we prepare for the worst and hope for the best at this point. We hope to be back here in August, but we just don't know. If we have to delay our start, we've talked about starting the Monday after Labor Day, which I believe is September 8th. So we want to get back to school. We just don't feel like remote learning replaces all the great things that happen in the classroom in the traditional setting.
Yeah, I miss going to the all the rooms, and all my junior stuff is still in my locker, unfortunately.
Well, you'll be a senior next year, so it's not going anywhere.
Yeah, at least I'll be prepared. All right, so let's talk about the new cafeteria that we heard. So you guys may know this, but in January, the school board approved of a new cafeteria being set. So can you give us an update about what's going on during this new project, and when we'll be seeing it?
Yeah, Mr. Boris has been asking me to send pictures of it. About a week or so ago, he asked me to get up on the roof and take pictures, which I don't really like heights, but I did it. It's actually coming along pretty well. I believe that some of the photos have been posted on social media, but one positive to school being closed is that the construction companies have been able to make further progress. The special ed and social studies hallways, the history hallway, are all boarded off, which is where the new entrance will be. The new entrance will be where Mr. Welsh's old room used to be, right by Mr. Wolf as well. So that's one positive. We had a really mild winter. And then, of course, with the closing of school for the last couple of months, they've been able to certainly make greater progress. So originally, we were hoping that it would be open in January of 2021. So basically the start of second semester. And I don't want to get everybody's hopes up, but there is probably a good chance it might open sooner than that because they've been able to progress a little quicker.
I'm really excited for that. And this is not like one of the questions that I've been preparing for, but can you give us an update about the old cafeteria?
So obviously the old cafeteria is still, able to be used and functioning just fine. So we'll probably start the school year using that. The advantage of the new cafeteria is it is on an exterior wall. So we'll have some nice windows to be able to get some natural light in there. I believe that at one point, or the furthest point, the roof or the ceiling top is 22 feet high, so it's going to feel much bigger. So we're just excited about it. But we'll start off using the old cafeteria. And then the old cafeteria, once we open our new cafeteria, can be used for, classes can go in there. I know oftentimes our preschool uses the commons area for fun and games that they do with the little kids. So that can be used. Our madrigals, our different groups that need a big space to move around. That's what we'll use that for until we come up with something better.
Nice. Is there anything else you would like to add about this interview, or what could we be anticipating for?
Well, it's good to see you, Jaden. I miss seeing you and all the students. I would just say that, everybody stay safe this summer and be smart, about what you do. And if you do, go outside, make sure that you follow the guidelines that the experts are telling us. But most importantly, we just hope to see everybody back here in August, or maybe it might be September, but we're just excited to get back to some sort of normalcy, or at least what we think is normal here at Reed Custer High School. So I would just want everybody to be safe, and we'll see you in August or September.
All right. Thanks for taking the time to do this interview with me, Mr. Ricketts. And as always, this is Jay Morawski alongside with Tim Ricketts. I'll see you guys later. Have a good summer.